All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pre-Show Shenanigans. Grant, to start this episode off, to start this pre-show off, it's a little bit of an embrace debate. Okay,
All right.
there's a filter going around on TikTok right now where you basically it's a spin the wheel kind of thing where you just get assigned a random team. You get to fill out
like a
different
randomizer.
slots, randomizer, right? So the objective of this is to build like the quote unquote best college you can. So you get to choose a baseball program, basketball program, football program, academics, and parties. All right. To build like the best college. So if we were going to build the best college, like screw the randomizers, whatever, objectively the best college, football, baseball, basketball, academics, and we're gonna take no Ivy Leagues, Grant. No Ivy Leagues for academics.
Yeah,
right?
I was about to go for a joke route to make the worst school possible. But we'll just keep it.
I don't know who has
aspect.
the worst academics in like D1 sports though. Like that's the problem. I don't know.
I was actually thinking for worst academics, not necessarily like the easiest school, like least impressive, but like the school that gives you the least ROI for the amount of effort you put into your degree. So like I'm not just gonna say like DeVry or something like that. Like I wouldn't put any Ivies in there, but like the example I always hear is that like Cornell isn't the best Ivy, but it's the hardest Ivy education wise once you're at the school itself. And so when I look at it from that angle, I'm like, well, that doesn't quite sound like the best
worth
ROI.
Doesn't sound worth it to me.
For your effort to output what the reward you get for that. But if we're just gonna be fun here, actually, okay, I'm thinking I was gonna just go Arizona State.
Uniforms to this too, by the way. We can
We're not on to sports yet. Okay. We're not on to sports yet. We'll get to sports in a second. Let's worry about this.
I just had to stipulate that
Arizona
because you can only use one school one time. You can't. There's no double dip in here. There's no double dips.
Oh yeah, of course. But Arizona State, in terms of academics or like partying, like is Arizona State
party?
Is the academics so easy like because of the school, or is it because everyone's partying all the time? Like I feel like it's not exactly.
Are the academics easy because of the parties, or are you saying that everybody's not doing well because of the parties?
Yeah, I'm saying, do the parties cause the kids to not care and therefore they just don't hold themselves to high academic standards?
Take ASU parties because it might hurt the academic part of the school?
Well, this is where I'm getting at more so. ASU, it's just a running joke, like, oh my God, joke of a school, so easy. But I'm interested if that's because the school itself is actually easy, or if it's because the school's aware of how much partying everyone's doing, so they've dumbed down the education. Like, there's factors that are involved here that I don't quite understand.
Take shots at Theo Ash, Grant. Keep them coming. Keep them coming at Theo Ash.
I wasn't even trying to come at him. Like, I think, I would say Theo Ash is top 5 ASU alumni all time. Harden's 100% number 1.
And then it's Brandon Ayuk too.
Yes. Ayuk, and then I know we're missing some bad. I know we got some egregious names we're leaving off right now.
Probably.
I think, okay, let's start with academics easiest. That's a very strong option.
So are we trying to build the worst school possible here, or are we trying to build the best school possible?
I'm trying to just kind of go for like best experience, like least amount of work. Just get through it. Oh shit. Now I'm realizing we want to make it the literal goated college that every human on earth would want to go to.
Like 1% acceptance rate and might have the best experience of your life.
Okay, so acacademics, we're gonna have to go with Harvard. It's not even necessarily for the academics. It's off of the brand.
Ivies are off the table though.
Stanford. They count.
Stanford works. Stanford. It's a pseudo. It's a pseudo.
Yeah.
Pseudo legendary, but we'll count it. We'll count it.
Harvard of the West.
I would probably say. I mean, Duke would also. I would.
Yeah. No, I'd say it's Duke or Stanford.
Yeah,
one of those two. Michigan's up there. Notre Dame's up there, but it's really Stanford or Duke. Stanford. We're gonna go Stanford.
Okay, we can go Stanford. I'll take that. I'll let that fly.
partying schools. Okay. Everett, give me right now just one reason, and it cannot be Mardi Gras, why Tulane is over in Arizona State,
I'm
over
gonna keep it
every
real.
single SEC school. Which I'll be honest, now that I really think about SEC partying schools, like do they really throw down at Arkansas?
I mean,
I don't
if you
know.
want my answer,
Do
my
they?
answer would be everybody comes to us whenever they're doing a formal, or like they leave their states to come and
Okay.
do their formals and stuff in
Okay.
New Orleans. But if you're asking my like legitimate opinion, I don't think Tulane should
Oh,
be the
okay.
party school.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay. Okay.
I don't think so.
What do you
I would
think then?
probably say I feel like an ASU would work. I feel
Yeah,
like
I think ASU is a solid
very
shout
solid.
here.
I feel like in Alabama, you
Yeah.
can't double dip though. We kind of need to
No,
save
exactly. We need
Bama
to save that for
or
football.
something, right?
I think we go ASU here.
I was gonna say I have heard a lot of things about Ohio State parties.
We gotta say that. We gotta save that.
I mean,
Can't use
what are
that
you gonna?
yet.
You can't choose them for baseball. Can't choose them for basketball. They suck at both. So
No, I
you're
know.
gonna
No.
choose.
Trust me. We can find something down the line for Ohio State to slot in. We can
I mean,
find
there's
something.
not much. There's
We'll
only
find.
3
I'll
more openings
make a
after this.
category.
4
Damn
more.
it. I'll make one.
Biggest
Okay.
chokers.
Well, if we want to have the best school, which school chokes the least?
Probably Bama.
I would say
Or
Bama,
Georgia.
but Kick Six Iron Bowl. Like shit, I can't erase that. And Deshaun Watson walk
Georgia?
off to Hunter Renfro. Like it's probably Georgia. Georgia, yeah, but shit, Aaron Murray on the goal line, like 2013 SC champion. Shit, I don't know. I do not know.
Definitely not like Notre Dame. So.
Clemson might be the team that doesn't choke. They don't choke when they were lit. I don't know though. You know what? Forget that category. Okay, party ASU. Let's do location. Let's do location.
Hawaii.
Okay, but okay. Objectively speaking, sure. But I do slight concern just being that away from
Fair.
Like
True.
I would
True.
now location, not camp. We can make it campus too, and kind of do.
Nah, those are two different things.
Okay, like location, I was thinking just like Miami.
Miami would be pretty sick.
Miami's pretty sick.
I mean,
not
UCLA,
campus.
pretty,
Yeah.
pretty in Westwood
LA,
is pretty far.
sick.
Pepperdine.
Malibu.
That's not technically
It's
D1. Is it D1? Are they D1? They're like
I don't know.
D1.
I don't know.
They play basketball D1. They play with Gonzaga, but like
Oh,
we'll say
they're D1. They're D1.
Pepperdine.
They just don't have a football team.
No, they don't. It's
Yeah,
like all sports.
that's why
Besides, I think they're good at tennis or baseball. They're good at tennis and baseball, but
they're
Pepperdine. That's the location. Give me
I bet a
Malibu.
solid amount of money. They're top 25 in one of those West Coast sports, whether it's tennis, golf, volleyball, field hockey. You know, one of those. They're really good at one of those.
Yeah, give me.
I like that. That's a great
Pepperdine.
answer.
Give me
Great. That's
Give me
actually a
Pepperdine.
great answer. Okay,
Yeah.
let's do. Before we get to football, let's actually say football. Let's do. Well, let's get the easy ones out of the way. Baseball
Facilities.
Vanderbilt.
Well, there's baseball,
get there too.
basketball.
Baseball,
so
Vanderbilt. Basketball. We have choice here.
UConn.
Oh, we want to do you. I'll be honest. I did not quite have them in my short list. I know, recency really helps. And
Recency.
to be honest, of the 2000s, they
UCLA.
UConn is. I wasn't gonna say that. I was saying we're picking right now Duke or North Carolina. We could flip a coin, but like
I'd just take Duke.
yeah,
Duke.
probably.
Just take Duke.
But I just despise them too.
But uniforms, I'm slotting Tulane in for everything.
I like that. Oh, I love. After I saw your baseball jerseys,
they're nice.
The baseball jerseys are crazy.
So nice.
I like very close to copying.
Facilities, give me Miami. Taking Miami facilities.
I just want to do a quick fact check because I remember somebody's just got one of the craziest ones.
Somebody did just get some really nice facilities. I do remember that.
I like just let me check real quick. Miami is 100% really high up.
Or give me Texas. I know Texas got some nice ones.
I know LSU is extremely nice. I know that. Ohio State just got an upgrade, but it looks like we're sitting in like fucking stolen AMC theater seats. It's so funny. And then USC's locker room, it literally looks like it hasn't been renovated since the 70s. It's like, what the hell am I looking at? Like, what?
Okay, for football, do we want to take Georgia or do we want to take Bama?
It has to be Alabama.
Okay. So now here's the final question. Here's the cherry on top, Grant. Stadiums.
Okay.
Who
so there's many there's many directions we can go here with the stadiums. Like, I want to start by saying this. For the stadiums, I am going to be
the environment.
Yes. So I'm going to be considering the typical fans that show up. Like, in theory, Ohio State's like the fourth largest stadium, but the median and average age of an Ohio State football game also attendee is like
counting this. You're counting like the song that's played for the team, like the run, everything.
And the most important factor is environment, which really comes down to fans. Okay.
Now I'm going to be honest, Grant. I think there's really only one choice here.
Yep. Death Valley, LSU. Go Tigers.
Now I would say you could argue Mo Bamba, Penn State, whiteout.
Yeah, Penn State can 100% be
like that's. There's an argument.
I dream of going to Baton Rouge.
Death Valley is just that's something else.
I want to be there. They're central, correct? Time zone?
Yes. Yeah.
So I want to be there for a 7 p.m. kick. I want to be there for a 7 p.m. kickoff. Like, that's my dream. I want that so bad.
Any sport, football in general, but any sport in the South is just crazy. Okay, so this is our dream. I
understand why they say it means more.
This is our 1%er dream college here. Okay, we have.
Oh wait, we forgot NIL collective head. I'm gonna go with Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
serious note though, that's got to be you or A&M. Pick which one do you want.
So here's our dream school. Okay, academics. Stanford. Location, Pepperdine.
Malibu.
Uniforms, Tulane. Parties, ASU. Football, Alabama. Basketball, Duke. Baseball, Vanderbilt. Stadium, LSU. Facilities. We had, who was facilities? Texas.
Yeah, I'll be honest, after some review, I LSU.
Facilities was Texas. NIL was the U.
We could do Texas. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I would say, you know, and then, yeah, no, we're going to leave it at that. We're going to leave it.
Don't make it too complex. Don't make it too complex.
No more catabilities. That's it. All right. Okay. That's it for the show. Onto the show. Ooh, bad clap. Let me warm up the hands a little bit, get a nice little pop. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today is episode 232, and the Boston Celtics are NBA champions. The Florida Panthers are not Stanley Cup champions yet. I'm still going to say that one's locked up and dusted. Florida's winning that. If they come back 3-0, Everett. Wow, we're going to actually have to spend at least 8 minutes on the NHL if that happens.
A lot of time.
Phenomenal. Dodgers had, I would say, their craziest comeback I've seen in at least 9 years. They were down.
And it could be longer than 9 years too. Like,
yeah,
that's like
at least 9 years. At least.
Like, it could have been the best comeback that we've seen in our lives, potentially.
Yeah, they were down
I think it was 9-4
going into the top
and
of the
came
ninth
back
and won 11-9
to the bottom of the ninth. They were down, or yeah, it was top of the ninth, down 9-4, ended up winning 11-9, right?
Yeah, no, that was special. That felt like 2017 all over again. I haven't felt those vibes in a Dodger clubhouse in a really long time. Last time I felt those vibes, Jock Peterson was pinch hitting in left field for us, so it has been a while. But that felt great. I haven't been that proud to be a Dodger fan in a while. Like, I don't think I've rewatched a single game regular season Dodger highlights like I did for last night's game I rewatched that Teo home run and the check swing that went our way.
No,
Did you see the whole stream? The whole
I did
minute
not.
long?
I did not.
So the thing that was really important about this was that Jay Hay hit a grand slam with 1 out to go down 1. So it was 9-4. He hit a grand slam to go down 1, make it 9. Okay. Right after that happened, Shohei was then up, leading off, single, nice and easy. And then next guy struck out. I forget who batted after it.
Will Smith was batting too.
Will Smith. Okay. This is the important part. Will Smith struck out. Okay. It is a full count. Will Smith is in the batter's box. The pitcher has not started his pitching motion yet. And Will Smith, you can see on his mouth, he starts screaming, timeout, 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 timeout. And he did it the right way. The wrong way is you put your hand out, you call for time, and the ump just doesn't give you time, and it's just a straight down the middle. Like, that's what, like, umps don't like to be, like, showed up like that. Like, put your hand out, call, like, they don't like when you do that. So Will Smith did it the right way. He was screaming, timeout, 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 took a step out, and maybe he took a step out late. The pitcher was already in his motion when he took a step out, but ump did not call time. Fastball, when I mean right down the middle, Everett, right down the middle, fastball, strike 3. Will Smith out. He called for time, didn't get it, strike out. Now, 2 outs, Shohei on first, Freddie at the bat, and I'm like, all right, well, that just killed all the momentum. Like, Will Smith just called for time, he didn't get it. Well, we're going to lose. And then Shohei steals second, and my first thought was, oh, you know, a shot, but I wasn't quite thinking. The second Shohei stole second, you see Rockies manager immediately call for intentional walk. They're not letting Freddie have a chance with runners in scoring position, which I should have processed earlier.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So we got Teo up. Runners on first and second, 2 outs, top of the ninth, down. All right. Teo gets to a 1-2 count or a 2-2 count, 2-strike count. And it is a close ball on the edge, not a strike, but close. And he check swings. Now, after further review, Teoscar Hernandez 1,000,000% swung the bat and should have 100% been called out. 1,000,000%. But he wasn't. And right after that pitch,
timeout.
Right after, yes, no, it literally was. And I'm a firm believer in makeup calls. Like, umps, they fuck up a lot. Angel Hernandez is retired, so we don't need to worry about him. But for the most part, if an ump misses a call like egregiously bad, the next pitch, if you're anywhere remotely near the edge, they will give it to you. If you are a moral human being, umping the game.
Angel Hernandez was not. Okay, that's why he's not in this discussion.
But for the most part, like, umps will give you a makeup call. Like, especially if it's a 2-0 count and it should be 1-1 or it should be 0-2, you are getting that next strike. Doesn't matter. It literally doesn't even matter where the fuck the pitch goes. They're giving it to you. And like, I feel like hitters, even in the back of the head, know a little bit like, damn, I kind of owe him a strike. I'm swinging next pitch. I don't fucking care. They're giving him a strike anyway. But we're on a 2-strike count. Teo 100% win. Should have been called out. But immediately after, and well-deserved, Rockies manager starts freaking out. He's flipping out, going crazy, berserk on the home plate. Gets ejected. Okay. And Everett. This ejection happened in the span of literally after the 4th word out of the manager's mouth. Home plate ump ejected him. Like, he was not having shit. He was like, game's about to be over. Shut the fuck up. We're done with this. You're ejected. He gets ejected, and literally 15 seconds after he gets ejected, next pitch, Teoscar home run.
Just crazy.
This whole instance of the check swing that should have been a strike, ejection, and home run happened within 55 seconds.
You're a Rockies fan. You are down astronomically.
Oh my God.
Astronomically.
I saw a clip. It was
that was some Colorado home run. That was a very low home run.
Oh, that was a Coors home run at its finest.
In most stadiums, it does that gets caught.
Yeah, that's a fly out to the warning track at most places. Like, that's a Coors elevation home run right there.
Literally. And the fact that their back line essentially it's so low. Like, that wall is so low. I think it's the bullpen right there that they hit into. Like, it's so low.
Yeah, but like Rockies saying, like that's hitter's ballpark. Teo's just been
But
unreal this year. And
speaking of NL West teams, Grant, I got a little fun fact for us today that I was not aware of. Okay, this is both. You know what? I'm going to let you decide what you think about this. Okay, this is going back some time now, Grant. The only MLB pitcher to face Barry Bonds more than 5 times without allowing him to ever reach base was Jeremy Gonzalez. He was a pitcher for the Mets. He was then subsequently killed in a lightning strike at age 33. So the only man to ever defeat Barry Bonds,
Zeus literally smited him down.
Not allowed. Jeremy Gonzalez.
That's actually ridiculous. Wow.
Faced him. The only pitcher to ever face him more than 5 times and never, ever allow him to reach base. That's on anything. Not a walk, not a hit.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, no. Barry Bonds never got on base against baseball legend Jeremy Gonzalez.
Died in a lightning strike.
Yeah, I mean, it has been an interesting couple of days. Like for Giants all around with Willie Mays and everything. Rest in peace, legend.
Rest in peace.
Absolute legend. It is very
he
rare
is now
for me to shout out any
Mays,
player
but
of
he
my
is
rival
now in
teams.
a better place with Billy Mays. So,
yeah,
another legend.
But yeah, I mean, Barry Bonds. I mean, he's the GOAT. I don't understand how anyone can say otherwise. I don't care what anyone says. If Babe Ruth was
it is
playing
still
in Barry Bonds era, we would look at Babe Ruth like we do with Kevin Biggio right now. Okay.
No, literally, here's the thing. One, it's objectively hilarious when you look at Barry Bonds on the Pirates and just how skinny he was compared to the Giants. Like the comparison is so funny. But
hey, just keep in mind,
I saw if you watch Babe Ruth's like swing and just all that, like there is no way that if you stuck him in the modern era, he's getting more than he's batting maybe 150.
Dude, I'm just being honest. Like Babe Ruth would shit his pants if he had to face Blake Trinan right now. That sinker slider, he'd be like, what the hell am I looking at?
Can you imagine if he had to go up against
like prime DeGrom?
Any top pitcher right now. Good luck
hitting that shit.
You put him against Kershaw's curveball, see you later.
Yeah, like I would say, ironically, like if there was a guy that he could get to, I think it would be Kershaw just because he wasn't like flamethrower. But it's like a Bruzar Gratterall throwing 102 sinkers.
Dude, if you put any movement on that,
no, exactly.
Can you imagine Yohan Duran's splinker, 102 mile per hour splinker coming at you?
No, it's like that. It's like I feel like many pitchers nowadays are throwing like 91 mile an hour sliders. Like, dude, he's never seen shit like that.
Yeah.
He's never seen anything like that. Like he doesn't even know what he's facing. But we're not here to talk about Barry Bonds too hard. He is objectively the GOAT. He had 2 MVPs before he was documented taking steroids, by the way. Just wanted to point that out. He already was a 2-time MVP before it was like proven he was on rules. Yeah. I forget which season it was. I think it was 93 or 4. Maybe it was 5 or 6, but
I thought it was later.
I think it was like year 1 or 2 in San Francisco. It was confirmed he was juicing.
Well, they just looked at him coming into San Francisco like, what? Something here doesn't add up properly.
I'll be honest, the other day I was looking through it too. Sammy Sosa was very bad his first 4 years in the MLB, although he was a 19-year-old. He came up as a rookie, super rare. That alone boosts him up so much to even just be in the MLB as a teenager. So I'm not going to knock him there, but it's pretty obvious. It's quite interesting. That's like his first season where he was relevant. He just put up 38 home runs. It was like, I actually think Sammy Sosa is a product of steroids. I'm not sure if he would have ever had a career without steroids.
Oh, in the 90s.
God, what a time. What a time to be alive. Yeah, that Secretariat. You got the Coke snorting Bulls in the NBA. Well, I guess that was early 80s, but I mean, what a time to be alive. Wow. I guess other Dodgers things that I was pretty interested in, like we got to give some flowers real quick to Teo. Holy shit, Teoscar has just been
Yeah,
unreal
no.
for
So
us.
last episode we debated, the future of the Dodgers, Roki Sasaki, what you do. I'm gonna walk every single thing back that I was talking about wanting a pitcher. No, I want Teoscar Hernandez on my team for the rest of time.
Yeah, and he's already said he's sick being a bit of a journeyman. This is now his fourth MLB team. He was in Toronto 3 years ago, went to Seattle for a year or two. Now he's in LA. He doesn't want to be traveling anymore. He wants to finally call somewhere home for the long term. And, Teoscar right now, 31 years old. Okay. When it comes to baseball, all right, compared to other sports, guys can play longer in their careers before they like regress into minor league players. So he's like, for
Unless you're
example,
Chris Taylor.
I was a little concerned this year about Freddie. But in my opinion, Freddie's just like really getting bones by the dead balls this year. Same with Will Smith slugging. Like the balls just are dead this year. They are. Tell me how a home run rate just drops 20%
magically
in a season.
Yeah.
My only explanation is a dead ball. And so I think because that Freddie's getting a little screwed over slugging wise. Same thing with Will Smith. But I do think like objectively, like Ohtani's still hitting moonshots, but like next year when it's a juice ball season, like get ready for Ohtani. You have 25 home runs right
Those
now.
are in the parking lot.
Yeah, no, exactly. So it's like long term, I think Hernandez, excellent long-term contract that we can keep. It was a little interesting to point out though, like we have some guys that are about to get paid some good money on ARB even coming up here too. But like I think it's very important to keep him because we need that lefty masher. Right now with Freddie and Ohtani, they're now against lefties, they're still elite baseball players. Don't get me wrong. But against righties, they're the best they can be. And other teams, what I've noticed, Ohtani and Freddie, they just get the lefty treatment. All right. They are not letting them see righties, especially when the relievers come in late in the game. They do not want to give Shohei they're not going to let him have the chance to see a righty. That's a bad idea. You should never let Shohei Ohtani willingly hit against a righty. That's a bad idea. Same thing with Freddie Freeman. Mookie's a little strange. He is better against lefties, but it's not that big of a drop off. But the Freddie Ohtani drop off from righty to lefties is pretty noticeable.
Pretty big. Yeah.
But it's a pick your poison right now with Mookie out, with our lineup being lefty righty, having it be Ohtani, Will Smith, Freddie, Ohtani, Will Smith, Freddie, Teoscar. It's a pick your poison. You can give us a righty, so you make Will Smith and Teoscar the worst versions of themselves. But you have to face the best versions of Ohtani and Freddie. So you could do that. It's up to you. Or you give Ohtani and Freddie the lefty treatment. You make them the worst versions they could be, which are still all-star level hitters. Okay. When they face lefties, they're still all-star. But if you do that, you run the risk that you now make Will Smith and Teoscar elite level hitters if you give them a lefty. To pick your poison. And so I think for the foreseeable future, next 6 to 8 weeks, if I were to guess, probably like 8 to 10 weeks till Mookie comes back, teams are going to have a decision, lefty or righty. Who do you want to give to us? And when you see righties coming in 7th, 8th, 9th inning and top of the lineup is up, you got to know that this is Ohtani and Freddie. This is their ABs.
Yeah, this is their time.
If we see a lefty, expect the most out of Will Smith and Teo. Still expect shit out of Freddie and Ohtani. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's like when I say they're better against righties and lefties, they're still elite against, like Ohtani still has a 900 OPS against lefties, but he has an 1100 against righties. So it's like, there's that, but it's a pick your poison. It's a pick your poison right now. And another thing that I think will really help is getting Muncy back, add a little more balance, kind of in that 5 hole, or maybe you could hit 4. But I think that's also gonna be very important, getting Muncy back. What's making you snicker over there? What's making you giggle?
We want to move into just college sports, college football.
Yeah.
All right. I know you have college football related
stuff,
specific stuff, right? I got 2 things real quick. Grant, I'm looking at a board of cheapest beer prices.
I literally just
stadiums.
opened up my Twitter and saw the exact. We're talking college football stadiums, correct?
College football stadium. Now, keep in mind, everybody, keep in mind,
Everett. I'm so sorry you had to work for that
I have
team.
not been to a football game at Tulane because I've been working my entire college.
I feel so bad for you. Holy fuck. That's the greatest pregame I've ever heard in my life.
So here's the deal. Everybody.
Do we know ounce size for those beers? Please tell me they're like 16s. Like,
no, they're
tall boys.
They're tall boys. Well, they also sell you in like
cups. They even profit off those, or is that just for the love of fans?
They also have like off tap too, though. This might be tap beers, but
I hope that these are 12 ounces because oh my god.
So the NCAA average for beers at football games is $8.30. Okay, the most expensive $13 at Tennessee. All right, fuck you guys. Okay, they really try to not have anybody get drunk there. I feel like I'm going to Dodger Stadium at that point. The cheapest beers in college football.
How is Rutgers in the top 5?
East Coast. It's probably East Coast.
How's Minnesota though? How?
That I don't know.
Why?
That's probably it's probably an insurance policy.
Do they just know their fans are going to be so depressed by the third quarter that they're just going to go make a run for 7 beers?
Cheapest beers in college football are $3 at TCU and at Tulane.
I'm surprised TCU's gonna have $3 beers.
Now, $3 beers at Tulane. Let me. Obviously, I'm in a different field. I never experienced a true game day because the only game I went to before I started working was during our COVID season. So bit of a different vibe. I also was underage, didn't drink, right? So they also weren't selling anything at those games because they needed to minimize,
yeah, of course,
everything. Tulane fans show up typically late unless it's a big game. We don't wake up early. Everybody's out the night before, right? And they pregame before they come to the game. The pregames typically consist of most what people would expect.
This game sounds like the pregame, the game, and the postgame all together in one.
So typically what you have is you have the pregames, which are
beers. Oh my god.
Same day as like the Darties and everything. Everybody goes all that. Then everybody comes from the Darties to the game. You get beers at the game after having whatever thing they have at the parties, right? And then you go and either fall asleep immediately afterwards or you go keep drinking. And then
I also just quick caveat, like that's cap on the USC beer prices. Like they're fully $16. I just want to point that out, but yeah.
So, well, here's also the thing, right? So let's just do a little cost comparison right now. $13 for the most expensive beer at or just for the beer at Tennessee.
Yeah, you can get 4 Tulane beers.
4 beers.
And $1 compared to Tennessee. Yeah. And you can keep $1.
4 1/3 beers. Yeah, a hot dog, whatever you want. They also sell hurricanes at Tulane games. So just say.
Sell hurricanes, falling trees that break your apartment. Yeah, everything.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. That did happen.
Shit. I thought that random stalker was in Minnesota, not in New Orleans.
Oh, yeah. That was here.
Wow, I haven't heard a peep out of you from that one. Guess you really forgot about that, huh?
I'm trying, man. Here's the other thing, unrelated to beer prices. By the way, just go to Tulane football games, like $3 beers, great football.
I'm just looking on average, just overall, like a great value in the Big 12 for the most part.
No, yeah, it is great.
Great value.
But for this game that we have coming out here in under a month now, everybody, by the way, under a month till this NCAA game comes out. Little updates on Dynasty mode, okay? You can now send text to recruits in the recruiting part of it. You can schedule a visit for big
real
time
quick.
matchups.
I got to follow up on that. I saw that, but I didn't quite read into it. What do you mean? What do they mean by text?
You can take a risk in sending text to recruits. Now, that what is in those text messages? I don't know. Okay, that's debatable. It's debatable.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume you can. You got a little drop down of like 3 things you could say. I don't know. We'll see.
No, I don't think that it's soliciting other images or anything. I don't think that that's in the cards there.
No, I was saying no. I was just like, it would be funny if you could just like literally type in.
You just type in what you want to say.
It's like, yeah, bro, we got 500K waiting for you if you just commit right now.
If you're Colorado and playing as Dion, though, you can only text them that they have to show up to Shador's rap concert or you can't come to the team. Like that's what you got to say. Like that's one of the options.
I would hope that my head coach would not be encouraging his star quarterback son to be also pursuing a rap career.
Nepotism.
If
nepotism.
I would prefer that my head coach gets on his quarterback's ass for prioritizing rapping.
It's also, if you're telling your team that they'll be removed from the team if you don't show up to your sons, who happens to be the starting quarterback for your team, they don't show up to his rap concert.
Yeah. Does Shador not command the respect and just likability of his teammates for them to just go without being asked? Yes,
that's Bo Callahan. Not. That's some Bo Callahan type beat stuff there.
Quite literally.
The final thing though is recruiting the transfer portal also includes your own players now. So bringing them back.
That's fun.
So.
Yeah. Because if a player enters the transfer portal, it shouldn't necessarily be a guarantee they're going.
Cameron Brink suffered a torn ACL.
Well.
Tragedy has struck Los Angeles.
Yeah, I would say she's probably, considering like Vargas and Luck suck, she's definitely like the biggest young superstar in LA with like potential to be great. It's not Jalen Hood-Schifino on the Lakers. Hell no. So, I mean, I take that back. Puka Nacua exists. It's Puka Nacua.
I forgot about Puka.
Yeah. You get what I'm saying.
Joe Alt.
Puka. Yeah, I forgot.
Run the ball.
I forgot
Run the damn ball.
Are an LA team. Shit, forgot about that part. Still don't consider them one. But yeah. You got more things you want to go over college football, or am I about to dive into?
I'm sorry. I just need you to look at what I sent you on Twitter right now. It's completely unrelated to anything going on. I just think you're laughing about it. No, you can make your point across.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying quick
for college football.
God, yeah, we're not going to be having that name for that one on the big board. Wow, startling almost. Oh wow, I'm gonna stop talking about that so I don't accidentally reference it later on. Okay. College football recruiting news. So first things first, the Elite 11 is underway, and I am hearing that Ohio State quarterback commit Tavion St. Clair looking great. One alpha,
just real quick,
alpha dog for day one.
Can we just state? I remember when we were in high school, like the last time I remember really paid like
Trevor Lawrence,
Justin Fields, like the YouTube
DTR.
Series, and it was Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, like all like I remember watching that whole series. I don't know what like it had that one year and then it just disappeared.
It kind of like lost its luster to a degree. I think like the last year they really did it. I think it was Spencer Rattler's year, and hey, maybe that's where your hate for him originated. But TV entertainment wise, Spencer Rattler, you are excellent. You are excellent. Okay, don't ever let anyone tell you you aren't. All right, like go hit up Sony right now. Like they might got an acting gig for you. Like you're great at it, dude. But yeah, Elite 11. Like I first heard about from all those things. Like I remember many Ohio State guys that look great there. We see a lot of big name guys go out, win Elite 11, have excellent careers. I remember in the deleted outtakes episode with Miller, I was asking him a ton of Elite 11 questions. He had so many stories about his time there. But the one thing I wanted to bring up that I did find quite interesting, Pete Carroll was there for the Elite 11. Remember, Pete Carroll is just
chewing on some bubblegum per usual.
Got like
whole
3
pack
sticks
of big chew in there.
No, straight
whole
up
pack.
like a 5-finger grizzly claw, like how they do a dip, but just with big league chew. That's how Pete
big
Carroll
league chew.
operates.
Now are we talking pink or green? Big league chew.
Seems like
because I'm gonna be honest, the sour apple big league chew is
the green objectively way better.
So much better.
So much better. But he just seems like a classic.
And now keep in mind with guy. I mean, look, if you grew up playing baseball at all, you know, because it's not like strips or anything. Like it is thin little like individual strings. You have to literally full fist of it.
Chew. Everyone knows.
Like some people, I don't know this next generation, man. Like I don't know. I can't see. I've seen too much big league.
Yeah, no, they're just zinning instead when they hit 11. So that's their choice of mouth product. But I was just seeing Pete Carroll there, and remember, he is now taking some. I don't know what his exact title is for the Seahawks.
He's like administrative executive or something. Yeah.
He was at Elite 11, and my first thought was like, yeah, I guess he could maybe be trying to form some early relationships with some of these guys. But I was like, if you're in the NFL, I don't really see the point. Like, you're drafting the players, not like they really have like voice or anything. So I didn't really see the point. Then I realized, I looked a little closer the whole time. Pete Carroll's wearing USC gear, and he's going up to dudes, just taking pictures with the fight on. And I'm like, did Carroll Folt just hire Pete Carroll to the recruiting department? Like what the hell am I looking at? Like, I'm assuming it's just out of throwback.
Pete Carroll only USC is the only college team Pete Carroll coached as a head coach, right?
I believe
he had.
So. I don't.
He
know.
had a season with the Patriots.
So.
He had a season with the Patriots, and then I think he went to USC.
Yeah, I'll check real quick. That sounds right. I don't think he coached.
Because I vaguely.
We're gonna do a quick little rundown of his coaching career because it's kind of crazy. 1979, Ohio State secondary coordinator. I had no idea. Pete Carroll.
I was gonna say I thought he was at Ohio State at some point.
Then NC State DC, then Pacific DC. After the Pacific DC job, he became the Buffalo Bills DB coach. So I don't know what he did at Pacific, but my God, that must have been the greatest defense. maybe ever. Holy shit. Then he became the defensive back coach for 5 years for the Minnesota Vikings, 85 to 89. I didn't know that. Then after that, he did a pretty good job in Minnesota, became DC of the Jets, 1990 to 93. Then head coach of the Jets for 1 year, 94. Guessing that year didn't go great. Then 49ers DC for 2 seasons, 95, 96. Then Patriots head coach, 97, 99, his second gig as head coach. Then back to college. So he joined USC when 01 to 09. He had spent 17 years in the NFL before becoming USC head coach. That was his first big time DC at Pacific. Hold up. Let me put some respect on Pacific's name.
He was doing some legendary things over there.
But I do love that Pete, he has his background with DBs and everything. I can genuinely never forgive him for picking Russ over Sherman, Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor. For a DB coach, I'd expect more. But
yeah, no, I know Earl Thomas flipping him off just hit him right in the heart.
No, I will literally be sick to my stomach for the rest of my life that he picked Russ over the Legion of Boom. I'll never forgive him for that.
And then Russ just only made things worse for the rest of his Seattle run. God, we got a deal. It's just 2 a.m. and
let Russ cook.
I'll never forget. It's like 2 a.m. He's with Ciara, and it's just Seattle. We got a deal. It's like, Russ, what the fuck are we doing, dude?
Yeah, no, he's just so strange, so weird. But everybody, I want to shout out Pete Carroll. He's doing some dirty work.
Everybody on the Brandon Ayuk TikTok be like, what are you talking about? You're stupid. You're dumb as fuck. Like, the Steelers got a good team. They got a good offense. Your quarterback is Russell Wilson. Your offensive coordinator is Arthur Smith. Last time I checked, Najee Harris doesn't have fucking kneecaps. George Pickens just eradicated Deontay Johnson from the team. Like, what is going on here? What are we talking about?
Eradicated. Yeah, I hey, Pittsburgh.
He literally sent him to die. He got extradited to like the fucking gulag in Carolina, dude.
While we're on this topic, I know it's not college football, but what were your thoughts of hearing Stephon Diggs say Minnesota sent me to Buffalo with bad intentions?
He's just a diva. He's only salty now because in the moment, one, it was kind of funny because like right before that, Antonio Brown was like, "Oh fuck no, I'm not going to Buffalo."
The year after the Minnesota Miracle. Or 2 years after.
2 years. It was like the same offseason as the Diggs thing, I'm pretty sure. And it was like, just fuck no, I don't want to go to Buffalo. But
They just didn't know
maybe it was
Josh
like
Allen.
but also like Stefan like didn't complain about it at all at the time, and it's literally only because he didn't win now that he's like salty about it. Like, dude, you were on a team that made it to the AFC Championship game. I don't know, 75% of the time that you were there.
Good team, dude.
Let's fucking relax, bro. Let's calm the fuck down. Going to die in Buffalo, I don't know. You just happen to be one of the better teams in the NFL for the entire time you were there. Let's relax. I'm sorry you didn't get a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm so fascinated.
Also, maybe learn how to catch the ball when your team is relying on you to win the game. Maybe we can go back to that one, because maybe you would be in the Super Bowl this year if you had hands to end the game.
I don't know what the hell happened this year. Just like
don't know.
7 or 6 or 7 or 8. You just no. It was actually when Ken Dorsey got fired and Joe Brady took over. The second that happened, Stephon Diggs fell off a cliff.
Ken Dorsey, not Ken. Joe Brady actually did like a pretty good job with that offense, though.
No, yeah, I just remember the one knock on Joe Brady is that he's not great at scheming receivers. I remember him.
No, he more so is like, he's a big run game guy, but also I think
I'll be honest, I love.
He also just doesn't use primary receivers like that. He just kind of spreads. Like he just spreads the ball around.
Yeah, and I mean, if you think of when he came from LSU, I mean, yeah, it's kind of easy to run that offense. Got 2 alpha dogs on the field at the same time.
Hey, don't forget Thaddeus Moss like that. 3.
Oh, I wasn't counting Jamar Chase in there. It was actually Terrace Marshall.
You meant Terrace Marshall? Oh, my bad.
Dude,
don't forget CEH
was elite. Yeah, like dead ass. He was so good that year.
I think Ed Ingram was the starting right guard on that team too. The Vikings right guard who proceeded to trip for Cousins.
Solid chance.
I think he was the starting
zero
right
chance. Yeah, pretty good. But okay, on to some other college football news. This one, I had heard a little rumor. So in the past I've had my arguments, complaints, debates, scuffles with some USC alumni. And right now there's one specific USC alumni that, every once in a while I could DM him, asking him some insight, and he's pretty nailed on accuracy. Been pretty right so far.
Yeah, he's dialed in a little bit.
Told me a few days ago, like 3 or 4 or 5 days ago, one of the 5-star DNs currently committed to USC from Georgia will not be a Trojan. Told me that. And I was like, all right, I'm going to believe you. You have not led me astray yet. So I'll take that. And then literally 11 hours later, Isaiah Gibson decommits from USC. It's also very convenient to point out that Isaiah Gibson, very convenient, is currently on his official Ohio State visit. Just wanted to point out, kind of interesting timing to decommit. Go to an OV to another school, just interesting. But the other player who decommitted, Justice Terry, what makes me really interested about this is he also decommitted within 24 hours of Isaiah Gibson. So that's both 5-star DNs from the state of Georgia. I don't know how they were even committed to USC in the first place, but they were. But both of them decommitted within 24 hours of each other. And the other thing that's really interesting is that Justice Terry is about to go on an official visit to USC in 2 days, but just decommitted from them. I'm a little interested by that. I
mean, maybe it's just, opening, just leaving your window open a little bit.
Go above and beyond on this visit, blow me away, make me recommit. That could be it. Or maybe.
I mean, there's also fully chance that it's renegotiating his NIL deals.
There's so many different things. I have no clue. But it's very interesting that they both decommitted. And it's been a big thing from Oklahoma fans. They always talk about Lincoln Riley. He can never close. He can never keep his.
He is not Harvey Specter. No.
Always has decommits when we get close to signing day, and that trend has continued. It's very difficult on the defensive side of the ball to keep guys. But I do know that right now, USC D-line coach, I believe Eric Henderson, he was the Rams D-line coach. Like literally Aaron Donald is like at USC twice a week, coaching up D linemen and recruiting for SC. It's I don't know
Just so
what
funny compared
I
to
don't
what he
know
could be doing
what
for
that
Pitt right
guy
now.
I don't know what that guy did for Aaron Donald in the Rams, but clearly Aaron Donald feels like he needs to repay that man for what he did for him. I don't know what it was, but Aaron Donald is doing favors for his old coach. Like maybe he's getting paid for it. I'm guessing not. But like
Probably not. Most of
both
those
those
guys who
guys,
come in and do that stuff don't really
yeah,
get
yeah.
paid for it.
But yeah, both those guys have decommitted. They're gone. And also, while I'm on the subject, I want to give a quick shout out to Minnesota's finest, Mike Conley. He is the first two-time Ohio State alumni to donate a significant portion to the NIL Collective, which I believe they classify as 250K plus. He is now the only Ohio State alumni to make two major donations. So I want to shout out Mike Conley right now.
Speaking of donations and stuff, Grant, SMU raised $159 million for athletics this past year. Keep in mind, their
I know
undergrad
many
class is like
people at
6,000.
SMU, and I don't know if any of them give a flying shit about SMU athletics.
No.
And so that's why I'm the most surprised.
$159 million.
And they just said raised.
Can't get death penalties anymore.
Did they confirm like donation raising? Or is
it had to if you're raising money, it has to be donations.
No, yeah. I'm just alumni giving. There's some guy out there. Maybe Mr. Cox himself gave out 60 of that. I don't
know. But yeah, I have one thing for the NFL, which we can wrap up with, unless you have anything else to really talk about. But this is some little Vikings inside scoop, inside information. Not really, but it's about the Vikings. Grant, the Vikings record with Kevin O'Connell, while being even or in the positive for turning like turnovers in the game, Vikings are 17-0 when winning the turnover battle, or just even. Wow. 17-0 under Kevin O'Connell. The record when losing the turnover battle, 3-14.
Yeah, I was about to say it's about to be a crazy stat both ways. Yeah,
3-14.
Yeah,
never lost a game where they're even or winning turnover battles. Alexander Madison, fuck you. Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, okay. This is just one thing I've noticed. Like I'm just convinced 10 to 15 years ago, like the cardinal sin of football was fumbling. Okay. The one thing you cannot do is fumble the football. And I feel like
that would get you like cut from a team if you couldn't fucking hold the ball.
I feel like we've now kind of transitioned more so where like it's kind of okay to fumble. But like the amount of fumbles, like the average quarterback in the NFL fumbles like 7 times a year. That's a lot. Like that 7
and the thing is, people don't even
think
that that's that much.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. Fumbling like 2 times, like a lot of running backs. If you fumble the ball like
if you
twice,
fumble more than twice, you're now labeled as a fumble problem. Like that's a concern. Like you have carrying fumble problems
because you can't.
Yeah. I've heard of countless Ohio State running backs who the talent was clearly there, but guess what? They couldn't hold on to the football, so they did not get to play.
I know people who didn't get playing time because of that.
You need to hold to the ball. Like rule number 1 of the running back: 4 points of pressure on the ball. Do not let anyone get that shit. If you're running a gap inside zone, 2 hands on that shit and a bunch over, protect that shit. Like, what are we doing? But you
got to get in there with the fucking hitting stick, then just
yeah,
straight in that bitch.
Like that giant stick they used, like basketball coaches to simulate like centers blocking.
Punchers.
Like I want that stick. Get in there.
Well, we have Aaron punchers that we use, but
oh yeah, that too. Like or actually no, that won't quite work. But yeah, if you can't hold into the football, I would say it's a big problem. But like here, I'm going to quickly look up fumble leaders in the NFL last year, and I'm actually convinced the average NFL quarterback fumbles 7 times a year.
I feel like, well, I don't know who the running backs would be. I mean, actually, no, I know exactly who the fucking running back would be.
Yeah, I mean, we know who
It's
fumbles the
Alexander
most.
Madison.
We know. Yeah.
It's Alexander Madison. But quarterback wise, I don't really know.
Tua fumbled 13 times last year.
13 times. Like, were all of those, are those all fumbles that were also just lost, or those just fumbles?
No. Only 5 lost, but I don't care if the fumble's lost or not. Like, if you cough the football up, my heart drops to my balls. Like, I don't care
Josh
if
Dobbs
we recover
fumbled
or not.
7 times.
Okay,
Tua
I
leads the league in fumbles, though, by almost twice
double
more than the next person.
Yeah, that's absurd.
And I'm
I
not
just
gonna,
remember like
Josh
Carson
Dobbs,
Wentz's first couple years. I think he literally fumbled 9 times a year. I was like, dude, that's not good. That's a problem. Like, people should be looking at that. It's not the same as an interception, but
well,
like
the running back that
fumbling
fumbled the most, by the way, Bijan Robinson, 4. Bijan Robinson.
Only on 200 attempts ever. Fumbles once.
Then Brian Robinson and Austin Eckler, which, by the way, objectively hilarious. Austin Eckler being like, yeah, you know, the Chargers wanted me to run the ball like 3. But no, the Austin Eckler thing being like, yeah, the Chargers wanted me to run the ball like 300 times a year, and it's just not my game. You're a fucking running back, dude. What do you mean it's not your game? What do you mean? Like,
dude, this is
just being like objectively like, yeah, I don't want to run that much. Like, there's just too much running. It's in your position name, dude. Like, it's not pass catcher. It's called being a wide receiver. Like, I know that's what he does. He's just pass catching running back, but running 300 times, and you wanted to get a $20 million contract or whatever like the year before. What are we talking about, dude?
Yeah, I'm just looking right now. Like, Jaylen Warren, if you just look at the efficiency numbers, he's like one of the most efficient running backs in the NFL. But I'll be honest, 149 touches, 3 fumbles. That's an awful ratio. Like, that is a fumble problem. He has a fumble
James
problem.
Cook, 237, 3 fumbles though.
Slightly better, but
slightly better. Still kind of a problem.
Like Kenneth Gainwell, 3 fumbles on 84 touches. Like, straight up cut. You fumble once every 30 touches, cut. Where you can't play. We can't do that shit.
Like, I'm looking, what's the worst ratio here? I mean, Bijan Robinson, 4 on 214. It's pretty
the worst
heinous.
I'm pretty sure is Warren. That's a very bad.
It might be. It might be.
It is him.
Yeah, that might be the worst ratio.
Yeah, the very, very bad. But like, I'm just convinced fumbles are just not.
Kenneth Gainwell, 3 fumbles, 84 touches. That is the worst ratio that there is.
Yeah, I'm looking year before. Melvin Gordon had 4 fumbles on 90 touches. He retired from the NFL after that season. We're done here. We're done here. You can't. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. You cannot be.
Yeah, and I mean, Kenneth Gainwell is like RB3 on that team already. Like, what? He's 5'9".
Yeah, like straight up, the fact that Lamar has like never been top 10 in the NFL in fumbles is so unbelievable.
Kenneth Gainwell had more fumbles than touchdowns last year.
Yeah, no, I just do think fumbles are a problem. I will also say, though, edges are getting faster. They're getting more athletic, and they are actively trying to strip sack. That is their goal now. Like, that is the goal of finishing a sack. It's not just sacking you. They want that ball out. And, yeah, I feel like there's many explanations, like the amount of quarterbacks just trying to extend plays all the time. Like, yeah, there's going to be, like, Caleb Williams is going to fumble 8 times next year. I don't know what his over-under on the fumbles is, but I will take the over right now. Like, that guy's a fumble machine. That's just how he plays. It's how it works. But I think, that's one thing that's kind of gotten overlooked. Fumble issues in the National Football League. I guess while we're just bringing it up, NFL at the end here, just been thinking a little bit. I saw like an interesting little post about like build your best wide receivers in a budget.
I did see that.
I don't have it in front of me right now, but I remember
from what I remember, it was like you have $10.
Tier.
You have $10 to make a wide receiver core. Justin Jefferson was $6. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Give me Justin Jefferson for $6 and give me 4 of those guys and $1. I think it was like Rome Odunze, Chris Olave, Malik Neighbors,
Crazy.
and Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm like, just give me the four of them.
Yeah,
and,
I was like,
Justin
what?
Jefferson. I'm good.
I was
I'm
like,
good.
dude, that's all you need. Like, but like, I'm just thinking in terms of how people like view these wide receivers. Like, I'm just a little interested. Like, I saw, I'm trying to remember. Like, do people really think Garrett is that head and shoulders ahead of Olave? Like, I personally
I was
think
kind of
Garrett
surprised by that it
has a
was
way
that big.
deeper
Like that was
route
like two
tree.
tiers.
Yeah, no, I believe
Maybe
he
it's
has a
just
way
the
deeper route
legitimate
tree and
care
stuff.
that they show on the field. Like Chris Olave just like doesn't give a fuck. Like maybe that's why.
Dude, free him, free my boy. But yeah, I was just kind of surprised how people like view these receivers. I was kind of shocked. I was like, you guys really think that Garrett's that big of a notch above, or Pickens is above, like a major notch above Olave? I was like, I don't quite see that. But
I was just surprised a lot by the separation of things. Like didn't exactly make sense. Also, Keenan Allen was like $2. Like I don't really know.
give me that.
Yeah, I don't really know about those rankings. Like I saw a post yesterday. I responded to it. It was basically like I think it was by like on 33 or whatever that account's called. I don't really remember.
Yeah.
On no, not on three. It was let me get it here. The 33rd team. You know what the 33rd team is?
Yeah.
So it was an all NFC North offense voted on by their Instagram followers. This is the team that they put together. Okay. Justin Jefferson at 1, St. Brown at 2, TJ Moore at 3. I'm like, all right, that's respectable. It's fine. It's okay. We can do that.
Hey, I'm not.
Here's the rest of it. Here's the rest of it. Taylor Decker, Glasnow, Frank Ragnow, Zettler,
Lions
and Sewell.
O-line?
The entire O-line is just the Lions. Sam Laporta, Jared Goff, and Jahmyr Gibbs, just Lions. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, look, I know the Lions were good last year, but if you're telling me that the entire Lions offensive line is better than any other player in the NFC North, that's complete bullshit. Maybe I'll take Frank Ragnow and Sewell. But like Decker's not better than fucking Christian Darrisaw. Glasgow was dog shit last year. There's definitely better left guards in the NFC North, whether it's on the Bears or on the Packers.
McGlinchey at guard.
McGlinchey's not even on. Mike McGlinchey?
Yeah, Vikings right tackle, move him at guard because
no, that's Brian O'Neill. That's
Brian O'Neill. Holy shit!
Different tackle, different team.
Holy shit!
But I mean, even then, like Sam Laporta, yeah, one of the better, I think the best tight end rookie season, but also he wouldn't have passed. I think so, but also TJ Hawkinson was statistically better than
Kyle
him the
Pitts
entire year until his knee blew up.
Correct?
Huh?
Kyle Pitts
put up
one. Ooh, nah, Laporta had 890 and 10 touchdowns. Yeah, Laporta gets.
Yeah, but also TJ Hawkinson was on a better pace than him until he blew up his knee with 3 weeks left to go in the season.
Oh, I'm looking just right now. TJ Hawk's season
was what?
Unreal, his season.
Yeah, and then he got his knee blown up. And like that's what this is when you can tell how many like people follow them are just fans of one team because they'll just vote for their own players. Also, I know Jared Goff was good, but Jordan Love had a better season than him last year. Jordan Love should be the quarterback over Jared Goff. And TJ Hawkinson, like I would say if we were being true, let's just say no switching positions, anything, right? We're just going to go straight through. Jefferson, St. Brown, Moore's fine. Christian Darrisaw, Elkin Jenkins from the Packers, Ragnow, Zettler, Sewell. Okay, that's fine. TJ Hawkinson instead of Laporta, Jordan Love instead of Jared Goff. We can keep Jahmyr Gibbs. That's fine.
Yeah, I think ultimately Gibbs, like, and honestly, I'm more than okay if you're just like Lions backfield. Throw Monty in there too. Like Monty is very good last year, not gonna lie.
I will say though, the backfields this year have gotten substantially better across the whole NFC North. Fuck the Bears, but still have Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. Now you have Josh Jacobs and your guy from USC and AJ Dillon. AJ Dillon sucks, but your guy from USC, Marshawn Lloyd, right? And now for the Vikings, you have Aaron Jones and Ty Chandler. So
yeah, I mean, I'm actually really, really excited to see what Aaron Jones does in Minnesota. Like, I think that's a good alignment and fit. Like, now I know, obviously, my king, Sammy D, is going to be the starting quarterback to start the year. But like, from a JJ McCarthy perspective, like JJ, hey, I'm just going off the Michigan offense. All right. He loved check down to Donovan Edwards and let him run. And I think having
you're
Aaron
seeing
Jones
Aaron Jones. Is Aaron Jones on your dynasty team still, or is he gone?
I got rid of him. But I think Aaron Jones is a phenomenal pass catching back that will help out JJ a lot when that day comes. But like team wise overall and everything like that offense, I was saying this before the draft, like that's one of the most ideal scenarios for any, forget even rookie quarterback, just any quarterback to walk into. Like such a great supporting cast. Have an offensive minded head coach. Like there's so many things going your way. And then I think adding in Aaron Jones really helps. Like, and also, objectively speaking, like his running efficiency numbers are still very elite. Like he got hurt.
He just gets hurt. He just gets hurt, and that's the downside. But
he pulled his hamstring like on a 40-yard touchdown run in week 1 last year, and I was like, so that was to clinch my week 1 victory, but at what cost? But
the rest of the season is what the cost
literally
was.
That's I was like, oh
fuck.
I'm trying to tank now, and I just got a double. But yeah, I think that's actually great fit. I think it's gonna work pretty well. I mean, of course, stay healthy, but like you're a big fan of Ty Chandler, correct?
I'm a big Ty Chandler guy. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm looking right now. No fumbles. Here we go. Ty Chandler, no fumbles.
He was
that's my stat.
Pretty nice last year when he ended up starting.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of him. Oh, thank God. Tajay, no fumbles. Good. Whoo, thank God. Thank God. If I saw a Tajay fumble, I would have thrown that whole bit out the window. We don't care about fumbles are okay. But no, we're always team Tajay. You know what? I am, while you were just bringing up that thing, I'm gonna go quick. But we're gonna do a division that's fun. AFC South. Okay. I'm just gonna go through AFC South. The best quarterback in the AFC South. Are we going to go T-Law?
I mean, it's Texans, Colts, Titans, and Jaguars. Yes,
CJ. Yeah, CJ. But okay, CJ, I would say. I'm going for upside here, but CJ. Yeah, CJ, AR, and then.
I think you still have to put T-Law above AR right now. AR played literally 3 games, but
I also did read some stuff. Trevor Lawrence had the most EPA lost per play on dropped passes last year. So, in theory, T-Law got boned by his wide receivers harder than anyone else in the NFL last year. He's
gotta love Calvin Ridley, baby.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that's not fun. Okay, actually, you know what? While you're bringing that up, I just want to do one more thing before we go. AFC best. So I would go through Mahomes, the easy quarterback. The receivers are. It's definitely Devontae Adams, one. Second wide receiver.
You're just trying to make the best offense. Okay, I got
second wide receiver in the AFC.
Cortland Sutton or Rashee Rice.
Yeah, Rashee Rice. I was also thinking Hollywood.
Yeah.
Hollywood? Yeah.
Yeah, you could put Hollywood in there. I forgot about him.
Obviously Taylor at tight end. O-line now.
Taylor at tight end?
Yeah. Kelsey.
Oh. I didn't register that. I thought there was like some tight end on like the Broncos or something.
You don't know Travis Taylor on the Heaths?
Well, Travis Swift.
Never heard of him? Huh? What? But I'm kind of biased, but I think Slater's best tackle in the AFC West.
I think you go Slater, right tackle, right guard.
Right tackle, Slater?
Sorry, left tackle. I forgot he plays left side.
Guards,
I think the rest of the line might just be the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Might just be the Chiefs. Well, actually, Mike McGlinchey might be right tackle.
Yeah, I
from the
wouldn't
Broncos.
throw Joe Alt in there.
He might be right
Bad
tackle.
idea. Running back, oh my God, the running backs suck in the AFC
They all
West.
suck.
Probably
Pacheco.
God. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's actually definitely Pacheco. But damn. God. Right. I just thought about that. You got Zamir White in Vegas.
Zamir White, Javonte Williams.
Vidal, and a literally ACL Achilles hanging on by a thread Dobbins in LA. Gus Edwards is 10 hits away from having a career-ending concussion. Like it is. We are running on
fumes.
Fumes. It's not great. It's not a good one.
But I think with that though,
gross.
We're gonna wrap up here. So with the thank you guys so much for watching, listening. So you can find us on Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and on Instagram at WaterboyPod. Follow me and Grant on Twitter at Everett6.
Oh, sorry.
I'm
so sorry. Last thing, I'm sorry. Pascal Siakam got $190 million this morning.
98, I think.
Oh, I thought it was like 189. Regardless,
maybe I have
if Pascal Siakam can essentially get 200 mil. Kids, go get that spine increasing, leg increasing surgery. Okay, every single one of you needs to hit 6 feet. All right.
Problem is you can't run when you have that injury, that surgery. But
go. Well, hey,
find a way.
You can be Jokic. You don't need to run. All right, you can waddle down the court. He's shown that you can do that. But guys, we need to all hit 6 feet. We need to make the NBA. That's how we get these bags. All right. I want everyone to remember that. Bags in the NBA. Bags.
But with that, you can follow me, Grant, on Twitter at Everett6 and at Waterboy Grant. You can follow us on Twitter at WaterboyPod. We post new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday on YouTube and all podcast platforms. So make sure to follow us and subscribe there so you don't miss a single episode. We post new TikToks and on Instagram every week. So follow us there for exclusive content. And we'll see you guys next week's episode. Waterboy's out.